Warm welcome to all the students. Today I shall show you how to install Java and how to run the first application written in Java, and also I will be talking about the IDEs, specifically NetBeans IDE. So let us begin. For this you need to first go to oracle.com, okay, and then you go to products, and these are the different products that are listed. You go to Java. Now when you say that, you go to a page Oracle Java and you need to click here download Java. So these are the various Java standard edition platforms which are available. The latest version of Java happens to be Java SE 16, but since we are adhering to the book E. Balguru Swami 6th edition, the stable version of Java, that is Java SE 8, is the one which we are going to install. So you need to scroll down and you have to install this Java SE 8. Now there are different packages. You need to install JDK, Java Development Toolkit, right? Now JRE, it houses JVM, okay, Java Virtual Machine, but JVM is also present in JDK. The kit is basically a complete bundle of all the tools which are required for running the program. So without wasting time, let us click JDK download. Now there is a small license that you need to read, okay. Also you see that these are the different Java JDK packages which are available based on different operating systems and based on different processors. These are the different flavors available. If you are using Linux and ARM64 processor, then this is a JDK that you can download. Similarly, if you are using Linux but 32-bit processor RPM, then you can go for this package. Mac OS 64-bit PC, you are going to download this package. Then Solaris operating system, Spark 64-bit processor, then go for this, and so on. And finally, if you are using Windows 32-bit operating system, then this package, and Windows 64-bit processor, then this package. Now since I am using Windows 10 64-bit, I am going to download this package. Now when you click this installation, Oracle asks you for login. You have to do a free login, okay. You can register yourself, your account on Oracle, it is for free, and once you log in, you will be able to download. Since I have already done this procedure, I will now click this. So I am downloading this, and download JDK 8U301 on x64 machine, right? Now I have to log in with my username password and sign in. And once I do that, your Java JDK gets downloaded. Note that students, we have seen that Java is platform independent, because Java compiler, no matter what configuration PC or what operating system you are using, Java C compiler will work on all machines. Ultimately what it does is it takes your source code, converts it into bytecode, which is platform neutral. But Java Virtual Machine, that is JVM, which houses Java interpreter, this JVM has to be separate for different processors and different architectures of computers. So when you download different flavors of JDK, you are actually doing what? You are downloading a particular flavor of JVM that is present in that particular package, right? So now since I have downloaded JDK for Windows 64-bit, the JVM that is contained inside will be native to Windows operating system and 64-bit processor, okay. So this is how Java achieves platform independent. Let's install this software. Okay, so this is that Java Development Toolkit 8, the setup. So you can just click next. Okay, now it asks you whether you want to go for a custom installation, or you can go for a default installation. Also, it tells you that whatever you install JDK will be stored in program files Java JDK 1.8.0 _ 301, this folder. Okay, and it contains what? Different development tools are there, different source codes are there, and also public JRE which is there. So don't do any changes, just click next. Okay, then it will tell you click change to install Java to a different folder. So you can just say, now it is asking you that it is going to install JRE also, Java Runtime Environment. So if you don't click change, it will be installing it in the same location. So just click next. So now it is installing JRE. So it now says that Java SE Development Toolkit is successfully installed. So click next step to access tutorial, API documentation and so on. You can just click next step. So Oracle provides documentation for the Java platform. It tells you what are the things which are present in JDK. Okay, you can refer this later. So I will just close this and I will say close. Now the Java is already installed on your machine. Okay, you will find both Java JDK and JRE installed in C drive, program files. Since I am using 64-bit system, it will be in this program file. This program file is for 32-bit applications. So go to 64-bit applications program files and you will observe a folder called as Java. Now within this folder called as Java, this is the JDK Java Development Kit and Java Runtime Environment, both which has been successfully installed. The location happens to be C program files Java. Now let's go to JDK. Now JDK inside bin, you have all the tools which are required for execution of program, like applet viewer that we have already discussed. You have Java, that is a compiler, Java C which is a Java which is a interpreter, Java C, that's a Java compiler, Java doc which ultimately it creates a HTML style documentation. We have seen Java FX, this is for graphics, Java Edge, Java P and so on, Java debugger. So all these tools which are doing different things, all these are stored in JDK under beans folder. So what we'll do is we'll copy this path, and now see, basically the Java program that we are going to run, we are going to write the program in Notepad and we are going to run it through command prompt. So how my operating system will know when I give a command to compile a Java program, how my operating system will know where is the location of my compiler, Java compiler, where is the location of my Java interpreter. So for that, what you can do is, see, if you are using a Windows 7 or Windows 8, what you can do is, you will be having something called as My Computer. So you can right click there and go to properties. Okay. Now, since I am using Windows 10, the thing will be different. So first let me talk about my Windows 8 and Windows 7. So when you right click the My Computer icon, then you select properties from the drop down menu. So you will get a system window that will appear. So what you can do is there is something called as advanced system settings. Okay. So you click that link to open system properties dialog box, and within system properties dialog box you will have a tab called as environment variable. Okay, now since I am using Windows 10, okay, what I will do is I will just type here advanced system settings. Yes, so this is that system properties tab that I was talking about. To get this tab, again I am telling you, if you want to get this particular dialog box, okay, if you want to get this dialog box on Windows 7 or on Windows 8 system, what you need to do is you need to right click on my computers. Okay, right click on this. Now this is called as this PC, but if you are using Windows 7 or Windows 8, you will get something called as my computer. You right click there, go to the properties, okay, from drop down menu, then you will get something called as system window. You will get a window called as system window. Okay, there you will have a link called as advanced system settings link. Okay, so click there and then you will get this system properties dialog box. Fine. So then there is a tab called as environment variable. Click. Now here under the system variable there is something called as path. So you need, whatever you copied from there, you need to add it to this path. So just say edit, and the JDK version that we have just now installed, okay, its location has to be stored here. So you just say new and you paste it here. Fine. Now you will be wondering that, see, there is already another C program file Java JDK 1.8.045. Now see, basically on my system I also have another flavor of Java or other version of Java, that is 1.8.0 file, which is already installed. Okay, and I have already set the class path, so that's why this has come. Okay, on your system you won't be having any Java installed, so you will not get this kind of thing. So you simply do this, you have already copied the path, you just paste it here, okay, and just say OK, and then say OK, again say OK. So now you have already set the class path. Now let us see how to create a simple Java file. So I will go to my E drive, and in E drive I will delete a previous file that was created. Okay, in E drive I have got a folder here, Java program. So I am going to create my first Java file in this particular folder, right? So for that I have to open Notepad. So I open my Notepad, right? And then in Notepad I am going to write my Java program. Now you need not see the syntax of the Java program, I will just write a simple hello world program. So always Java program starts with class, and the class name should always start with the capital letter. I will say hello. So the class that I created is hello, and everything, the entire code of this particular program will be stored in this hello class. Notice that in C++, if you know C++, class ends with a semicolon, but in Java class does not end with semicolon, right? Now as you know, in C++ and C also the program execution starts from main. So this class will have a main function, which I am going to write now, public static void main, and for the purpose of command line arguments I am going to write string args. Of course I will be explaining the code in some later lectures. Make sure that you are aligning your code properly. So all the code is going to be written in this main function, and I am going to just print a simple message, okay, hello world. For that I will be using system.out.println and hello Java. Okay, this is the first program. Of course the the sentence ends with a semicolon like how it is in C++. So this is a very simple program that I've written of Java. Okay, the class name is hello. Void main is written like this, and this is the statement that this is particular syntax system.out.println that prints this thing on computer screen. The details of this program we are going to see in the later lecture when we are actually going to see the Java. Correct? So I will now save this program. I say file save as, and where I am going to save it? In E drive, in my Java program folder. I am going to save it as, again see, the name of the program should be same as the class which contains void main method. So which class contains void main method? Hello class. Okay, .java. Also Java is it is case sensitive, so the class always starts with capital alphabet, so also the name of the Java program will start with capital H. So hello.java, and save as type all files, and I say save. So you see there is a Java file that is created called as hello. Now we have to now run this Java files. So I go to my command prompt. Now I have to first locate myself to this particular folder called as my Java program. So I will just say E:, and I will say CD, okay, my Java program, and press enter. So I am already into this folder, and now I have to compile this file. So which compiler is used? The compiler name is Java C. So I am going to give command to this Java C compiler by saying Java C space. I am telling him to run, I am telling him to compile the hello.java file. So I will be writing here hello.java. If there are any errors, the compiler is going to show me next, and if there are no errors, okay, it will just go to the next prompt. Let us see if there are any errors. Yes, there are no errors, so it takes me to the new prompt. Now, as this command does what? Basically, you are calling this Java C compiler, and you are giving the command to this Java C compiler to convert this hello.java file that I have created, a Java program, into a bytecode file. So as this successfully runs and it takes me to the new prompt, see what is happening. In my folder there was only hello Java file, correct? So there is another file that is being created, hello.class, right? So this is that bytecode file that is being created. This has all the bytecodes, and bytecode file will be created only when you don't have any errors. If there are any errors, I will show you. I will do some modification to my program later on, and I will show you how to find the errors. Okay. Now, so what has happened? Java C compiler has converted the high-level language code, that is .java code, into a bytecode. Correct. Next, I am going to now call my interpreter. The name of the Java interpreter is Java itself, and I am going to give the name of the bytecode file, that is hello. You don't have to write, you don't have to write hello.class. It's understood that Java interpreter is only going to interpret the bytecode file, and there is only one bytecode file called as hello. So I will write Java space hello and press enter, and you see hello Java, the program is executed and hello Java appears on the computer screen. So this is how I run my Java program. Now I will do a slight modification to the program just to show you what happens if there are any errors. So usually students make this error. Suppose I remove this semicolon, okay, purposely, and I save the file, and I again try to run Java C compiler. Okay, I say Java C hello.java. This time let's see whether it shows errors. Yes, it says hello.java, there is an error. Notice this number 7, semicolon expected, and it is showing you the line where the error occurs, system.out.println hello Java. This position there is an error, and what is expected, semicolon is expected. Now this 7, it refers to what? If you open your program, okay, if you open your program, you have, see, first line, second line, third line, which is a blank line, fourth, fifth, sixth line, this is also blank, I've just skipped it, and this is the 7th line. So basically this is the 7th line that contains the error. That's what it is trying to tell you. Okay, so this is how. So then you can go to your original program back, you can do the changes, okay, save, and you can again compile the program, and it will not give any error, and then say Java hello. So this is a very simple way of running the Java programs. Now one thing that you must have realized is, to run Java programs, you really don't require any IDEs. Okay, but the problem over here is what? The notepad or the wordpad that we are using to type the Java programs, this does not have any facilities of telling you whether there are any typo errors, or there is no facility of debugging. Now this code looks simple, but as the code, it becomes more complex. There has to be some functionality wherein there should be some debugging, so that you can see what is happening inside the program, so that you realize where is the mistake. Okay, similarly, if in Java especially, the keywords are big, okay, there are no suggestions made. Sometimes you may forget a particular syntax or some particular keyword. So in that case, you require some IDE which will suggest you some name, so that you can recollect, I wanted this thing, right? Now that is not possible using WordPad. So although we type Java programs using WordPad, okay, there is also another way of writing Java programs, okay, with the help of IDEs. So what you can do is, there is one IDE that I use. There are so many other IDEs. You have Eclipse. Okay, Eclipse is one of the most used IDE across the world for running the Java program. So you can download this Eclipse. Okay, or there is also something called as NetBeans. Okay, we are going to use NetBeans 8.1 because our version of Java is the old version that we are using. So we are using NetBeans 8.1. Now the problem is, when you go to this Apache NetBeans, see, notice that, okay, it is Apache NetBeans. Apache has just taken over this particular NetBeans. Earlier it was not Apache NetBeans. So what we will do is, when you say NetBeans, okay, there are different versions of NetBeans. So this is the latest release, 12.4. which will be using Java 16. So we will not use all those, okay, and we are going to use a version which was pre-Apache version NetBeans, which supports Java 8, which we have installed. So you need to click here, okay, you need to click here, and that will help you download the NetBeans. Here also, JDK for NetBeans 8.2, it will ask you which version you want to install. So now, since my computer is Windows x64, I'll be installing this particular version. Fine. So once you install NetBeans, okay, I have already done this installation of NetBeans. Once you install it, you will get this particular icon, NetBeans IDE 8.0.2. Second thing is, I am not showing you installation because, students, installing NetBeans is very simple. You don't have to change any settings. Just go on clicking next, 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 and finally finish. The Java version which this particular 8.02 edition of NetBeans takes will be automatically installed separately. So it won't rely on the version that you have installed. It won't rely on your class path. NetBeans IDE internally has its own version of NetBeans which it will use. So if you are using NetBeans, and if you are not going to install, if you are not going to use a command prompt in running Java, okay, then you don't have to do the set path and all that I have already shown. But we do it because we are learners. So initial some programs I want you all to type using Notepad, and later you can use NetBeans. So this is that NetBeans IDE that I was talking about. After installation, you get this icon. You just double click, it will open. Again, based on the processor speed, it will take some time to open. So we are using NetBeans 8.0.2. Alright, it's going to load the modules now, so it's going to open. Yes, so this is the NetBeans IDE that I'm talking about. Now, as we are going to do the coding later on using NetBeans, you are going to see the NetBeans interface in details. Okay, but you have a left pane here which houses different projects. For example, this is the project that I had created. Whenever you don't require a project, just say close, don't delete. Okay, so again I close here and let me create a new project for you and show the same hello world program now in NetBeans. So I go to file and I say new project. Now there are different things like FX is there and so on. You don't have to go for all this. You just select Java and under projects you go to Java application and say next. Now the name of the project, it should be same as your class name. So I will just say hello01. That's the name of my project, and you see the main class which is there, its name also will be hello1.hello1. Now notice that in Java there is some ideology that is used. See, basically classes which are there, okay, classes contains different objects, but in Java similar classes, the classes which are similar, they are housed inside something called as a package. So first there is package, within package there are different classes, and then within classes there are different objects and different methods, right? So the main class here is hello01.hello01. So notice that this hello1 is the name of the class that you have created, whereas this hello1 is the package within which this particular class is housed. This is automatically happening, right? So you have to click here, create main class. Fine, your project name is hello01 and I say finish. Now just see how you see your code. Now see, I am not taught you, but these are the way how comments can be written in Java. Okay, so first package declaration comes up automatically. That means within this package the class is housed. Okay, again @PARM, this is how you create Java doc. I will talk about it later when I am going to teach you. Right now automatically it is created public static void main string args a function. Okay, and you are going to write a code here. So system, again see, when you write system, okay, when you going to write system, S is capital, dot out dot, now you see you get suggestions, right? Print, so I am going to use this function println, and within this I am going to say hello from NetBeans. That's it. Now you have to save. So I click this button, save all. Fine. And there's a button here. This is called as run button. Now when multiple projects are open, you can click here. Okay, you can click here and specify which project to run. Right now there is only one project, so you can just say run, and your output appears here. So it is running. Hello from NetBeans, build successful, time is 1 second. So this is how you get the output. Now again, if there is some error, suppose by purposely I do some mistake, I save this. Okay, you see notepad was not showing, but here NetBeans shows you that there is an error. Assume that you have avoided it. Just I want to see what will be the output. I run this erroneous code. It tells you one or more projects were compiled with errors. Okay, application you are running may end unexpectedly. So I say run anyways. Correct? I run anyways. And what what comes? You again get the correct thing, right? It identifies what is the error and it does the rectification. Okay, now again I say run. I say always run without asking, and I say run. Okay. Now if I do another major mistake, for example, instead of out, if I say OU, by mistake, typo error, okay, and I save, and now when I run, it shows that as an exception in the thread main.java, uncompilable source code, erroneous symbol type, where in this java.lang.system.out.println, okay, at which place? At the location, package name is hello01, class name is hello01, and within this class there is a main function. So in that the error has occurred, and which location? In this code at location 19, at line number 19. So you have a numbers written here, line numbers, exactly at line number 19 you must have seen exclamation mark here. When you just hover your mouse here, it just says cannot find symbol variable OU location in the class system. So that means there is an inbuilt class called as system in which there is nothing called as OU mentioned. So then you say OUT, and then again save, and now when you run, you get the correct output. So this is how you can write, you can install and you can write basic programs in Java. Thank you.